Good morning. Welcome into the Out of Bounds Show. 105.9 The Zone ESPN. We're live in the Bank Plus studio. Show is brought to you by Two Brothers. Amazing restaurant and bar in the Cotton District, and their sister restaurant, Older Brother, High-End Bistro, the Reuben, the Muffaletta, the Deviled Eggs, all at Older Brother in the Cotton District. Mississippi State baseball, SEC college baseball is right around the corner. I know we had Lamonis on a couple of months ago. We'll get him again here soon as we dive into the season, and Duty Noble will be rocking the best place, best atmosphere in college baseball. And, of course, foul pole to foul pole, there's no experience like it, culinary or otherwise, as the Left Field Lounge. We're excited to welcome in Hail State pitcher Stone Simmons to the show. And we're doing this for a couple reasons. One, we want to hang out and talk to Stone about everything that's going on with him. And also, Stone and Hunter Hines are partnering with Make-A-Wish. And together with Simmons Erosion Control, they've launched the Home Runs for Wishes campaign. For every home run Hunter hits this season, Simmons Erosion Control will generously donate $1,000 to Make-A-Wish, Mississippi. And Hunter has 54 career homers, real shot at breaking the all-time record of 67 set by Raffy. And they're going to kick this thing off with an exclusive private dinner with Stone Simmons and Hunter Hines at Harvey's in Starkville on Wednesday, February 12th at 6:30. Wednesday, February 12th at 6:30. So we welcome in Hail State pitcher Stone Simmons. Stone, good morning. How you doing?
Morning, Bo. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, buddy. Thanks for taking some time. We had several text messages from our listeners when I mentioned that you were coming on the show. How do you feel? Are you healthy? What's going on with you?
Yeah, that's the usual questions. I'm doing well. I'm finally healthy. It's been a long kind of road to recovery for me personally. So I haven't pitched since March of 2022. But I'm good to go. Just pitched yesterday in an inter squad, and we've got one more weekend, and then we've got opening weekend, and I'll be good to go. And I'm just pumped to get back out there.
What a story of resilience and grit. And not giving up. Lamonis said he's been really impressed with you. How do you feel about, because you haven't pitched in so long in a game? How do you feel about where you are right now, Stone?
I've actually I haven't pitched in a game at Mississippi State in forever, but I have had some time to pitch kind of competitively, whether that's in the inter squad scrimmage, over the past spring's preseason and in the fall. And then I got to pitch last fall a little bit of last year's season before I got a second surgery. So I feel like I have actually, been able to kind of learn and get some pitching under my belt and make some strides that way. And because of that, I've had a lot of opportunities to work with Coach Parker, our fairly new pitching coach. And I just feel like I've personally made a lot of strides under him. I just haven't been able to just sort of showcase them in Mississippi State games yet. But I really do. I think I'm at a really good spot right now personally. I like where I'm at, but more importantly, I really, really like where our team is at, and I think we've got a great group of pitchers and hitters. We're going to be a great offensive team, and we've got depth on depth pitching-wise. So I'm really excited.
Stone Simmons, Hail State pitcher on the Out of Bounds show, joining us on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. We've had Parker on several times. He did an unbelievable job last year with the staff. What makes him such a good, effective pitching coach, developing guys, pushing guys, but also, propping them up and encouraging them too, Stone?
Yeah, I don't know if you can sort of boil it down to one thing, but if I had to, I'd say he just sets the standard very, very high. He expects greatness out of every single one of us. And and the only people that are on this team as pitchers are the people that he can expect greatness out of. And that's, his doing. He's kind of cultivated a really, really powerful and elite roster. And when you combine great talent like we have with a super high bar and super high expectations like he's been putting on us, it ends up with very high level performance. And we've seen that throughout the preseason so far. Obviously this is sort of a time of learning for us. We're preparing more than competing right now, but we're really talented, and every time we go out there, if we miss a pitch by a foot, he's going to be very upset with us. And the reason why is not that it doesn't happen, but it's that he is trying to make sure that, he's going to squeeze every bit of performance out of us. And, we all really appreciate that, whether it's hard or not, and he can be a hard coach, but we're in a great situation, and we love that we're getting better under him.
Stone Simmons, Hail State pitcher on the Out of Bounds show. So here's what I'm picking up. Justin Parker, the pitching coach, has the ability to be extremely demanding, but also connect with y'all, and it works the way he's pushing y'all.
Yeah, exactly. He really is demanding, but at the same time, we have connected with him in a way that I had never seen previously with a pitching coach. I have never excelled so much under a coach as a direct response to what the coach is doing in my career. And I know that many other guys on the staff would say the exact same thing, but it's not just about, like you said, it's not just about the performance. It's also about the way we've connected with him. And to be honest with you, he's charismatic, and he's got a great sense of humor, and he's fun to connect with. But beyond that, most of the connection is based on just respect for him as a coach. All of us sort of look up to him, and whenever he says something, we're going to listen. I can't think of a time where he said something and we've all kind of looked around and thought, like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. That doesn't happen, So I think that's where the connection is really sort of founded on is that respect for him.
How impressed were you last year with what he was able to do with all those guys, Cal Steven, Gerangelo, Auger, the list goes on and on, Stone?
I was amazed. We knew we had a very talented roster, but I think Cal is the best example. Cal in the fall, it was pretty obvious that he was going to be a good pitcher. And I figured that he would probably be a starter. But he turned into the most dominant Friday starter that I've played with at State, at least through the regular season. And that sort of came out of nowhere. Not that he wasn't capable of it, but Parker got exactly what Cal was capable of to happen, and that was, I think that just is sort of a testament to how good of a coach he is. But I'll tell you, I knew that it was going to be a great experience with him. The first time he called me, whenever he got hired, he said, this is what I'm about, is whenever you're on the mound in the game, you're not in the petting zoo anymore. You're in a wild jungle, and you have to be a lion. You have to go hunt and eat and kill. And that's, as soon as he said that, I was thinking to myself, okay, this guy's an alpha, and he's going to tell you exactly how it is. And I'm excited to play for him. And so I sort of saw it coming. But I'd be lying if I said I knew that Cal was going to be, Cal and Lowe were going to be the greatest 1-2 punch in the league.
Right.
So that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was impressive. Holy smokes. Stone Simmons, Hail State pitcher, joining us on the Out of Bounds show. He and his teammate Hunter Hines have partnered together with Make-A-Wish, and together with Simmons Erosion Control, they've launched the Home Runs for Wishes campaign, and they've got a big exclusive private dinner with Stone, Simmons, and Hunter at Harvey's in Starkville, Wednesday, February 12th at 6:30. Wednesday, February 12th at 6:30, Stone Simmons and Hunter Hines. And last time I talked to Lamonis, he raved about Stone Simmons as a person, and then obviously as a player and everything that he's gone through and where he is now. Okay, so you face all these guys in the inter-squad games and so on. I'll throw out, how has Ross Highfield looked in the fall in the last few weeks, Stone?
Well, I'll tell you about what he did yesterday. I pitched to him yesterday, and he, he was my catcher, and this is, I'll take Lemonis's words. He's a dynamic baseball player. He literally does every single thing that you can think of possible on the baseball field. He's a five-tool player. He's the kind of guy. This is what happened yesterday. He actually made a physical error. He allowed a base runner to advance to second base while I was pitching. It was sort of a pass ball that was kind of debatable. He probably should have caught it. Well, I let the next guy go on to first base, and first pitch to the next hitter, he catches it, back picks the guy right off first base. and it's like, well, he just made up for what he just did and more. And this is the kind of thing that you get with Ross is, he's sort of, I've used this word in interviews before, but he's sort of like the Energizer Bunny. Like, he's going to run around and like do crazy stuff. He's going to steal bases. He's going to take off and try to steal third, probably more than he should. But he's going to do a lot more good than bad. And he is so, it's one of the most fun players that I've played around. And boy, I love pitching to him because he is energetic. He's enthusiastic. He's just very supportive. And not to mention, of course, he's a great hitter. He's got a ton of power. And he does the stuff that you would expect a great player to do, which is, hit home runs, get a lot of hits. But when you add being able to bunt for hit and steal bases and pick guys off of first base as a catcher, like back picking with a great arm, throw guys out at second. He just does everything, and I'm really excited about him.
Stone Simmons hanging out with us. The season opener is right around the corner. He is healthy and ready to go. He's excited about the team that Lemonis and Justin Parker and Gautreaux have put together, both on the mound and on the field and at the plate. He joins us on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. So I know this is always evolving and just depends on how the season goes. But how do you see your role right now with the team, Stone?
I got to be honest with you. I really don't know. I think there's a good chance that I could end up being a starter, and there's a really good chance that I could not do that. So I don't really know. In terms of what the coaches are thinking, I think that everybody knows that I could probably be capable of starting in the SEC. I've started my freshman year, and I haven't started really since. And it's really about health with me. If I'm good to go on opening day for 4 innings, which I should be, then, maybe I will start. But either way, the truth is I really, and I don't just say this to be, the cliche team guy. I really don't care. I've done a lot of relieving. I really enjoy relieving. I love closing, and I love starting. So, the truth is I love pitching, and as long as I pitch, I'll be happy. And as long as we win, I'll be especially happy.
Sure.
So, I really don't know, but I'm pumped for, whatever the season has in store.
I thought y'all had a hell of a year last year. In fact, I thought y'all should have hosted, but it is what it is. Still tons of wins, big wins in conference and so on. What, you got here through a lot of perseverance and grit and so on. I expect that was, rock solid family, Parker, Lemonis, your sports medicine people. Walk me through. Because it wasn't easy to get where you are today, and everybody's, like I said, Lemonis was, talking glowingly about you, as as a teammate too, as a person, and so on. Walk me through how the process and getting here, Stone.
Yeah, it's been long, and you're right. It wasn't easy, and I am, sort of proud that I've been able to, get to this point and become healthy again. Because at certain points, whenever you're going through injuries, and specifically kind of back-to-back injuries that keep you out for long periods of time, or at least longer than you expect, you sort of, you have these days where, you have maybe a bad day of throwing, your elbow hurts, or, you have a day where it's like you just don't really do much. You kind of just sit there and watch the team. And you sort of lose, you can try all you want. And I'm talking, this is what I've seen personally. I tried all I wanted, but still there would be days where it's like, man, baseball is not as fun as it once was. And then I went out and I was able to play some summer ball this summer. I was actually out playing for Coach Polk in Danville, Illinois. And my first outing, I threw a couple innings. And, obviously that was my first time in a game in a lot of time. And I remember texting my mom afterwards and said, I forgot how much I loved baseball. And I think that all it took is one more moment of me getting back on the mound to sort of remind me of, hey, this is the thing that I do, and it's what I love to do. But I will say that, there's lots of things that kind of keep me going, and I've got a great support system. Obviously my family they've been my number one supporters for a long time. I've got a great fiance that I love. I've got a bunch of wonderful teammates. I've got great coaches. Like you said, the athletic training staff, all these people have sort of pushed me to get back healthy and get back to what I once was and be better. And of course, Coach Parker is the one that's pushing me mainly to get better. And, when you combine all of that, and then I'm also very faithful and I sort of am able to keep my eyes on a fixed point of reference, and that's my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And when you combine all that, I think it definitely makes the process a lot easier. And then the other thing is, I mentioned this before, but whenever you're in Starkville, and this is one of the things that I really love about Mississippi State, is, a lot of people, just because I've been around for so long, I'll get recognized in public and people sort of recognize me. And whenever that happens, obviously I haven't played in so long. And when somebody comes up to me and says just a bunch of kind words, that's a reminder too of, man, I want to get back out there and I want to support what the maroon and white is all about, and I've had so many of those encounters, and it's not just when people recognize me. It's, we go to fan day and all the fans are there, or
Sure.
I'm just sitting in the dugout and watching a game, and, the stadium is packed with 15,000 people, and all of that, they make it a lot easier. So it's been a tough process, and there have definitely been a lot of, sort of brutal days. But I'm really glad that I've made it through. I'm really glad that I'm back. And I just, like I said earlier, I just really cannot wait to get back out there and get on the mound. That's sort of my happy place.
Yeah, we're excited for you. Powerful story for sure. Stone Simmons, Hail State pitcher on the Out of Bounds show. Healthy and excited about the 2025 season for the Diamond Dogs, which will start here in 2 weeks. All right, we'll wrap it up with this. How excited are you and Hunter Hines about partnering with Make-A-Wish?
Listen, we're pumped. I've been working with Make-A-Wish for, over a year. I've been working with them for a while. I've got a great relationship with Craig Peter Hansen. I don't know exactly what his title is, but he runs Make-A-Wish around Starkville. And I love what they stand for. I've met some incredible people. I've watched some wishes be granted. And I went to their gala last year, and it was one of the most powerful experiences I've ever seen. Seeing these children who are just going through a lot of adversity. And I sort of, I go through not nearly the kind of adversity that they do. But I sort of, sympathize with them. I know what it's like to have things that you want to do and just have it sort of taken away from you. Of course, not at all to that same level, but it makes me especially grateful for what Make-A-Wish is doing. And I know, Hunter, I'm speaking for me and Hunter, of course. And Hunter has a chance to do something incredible this season, which, I think it takes 13 to tie and 14 to break the record set by Palmy. And, if he can do that, plus raise an incredible amount of money for these Make-A-Wish kids, I mean, this is just something that is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And it's just got a great long-lasting effect, so we're really pumped about it.
Man, that's great. Stone Simmons, Hail State pitcher on the Out of Bounds show. He and Hunter Hines partnering with Make-A-Wish. this year, and they've got their big exclusive private dinner February 12th at Harvey's at 6:30, and it's presented by Simmons Erosion Control. Stone, thanks for your time today. We're excited for you, and we appreciate it, and I know you're looking forward to getting out there and competing.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Bo. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, Stone. Stone Simmons, Hail State pitcher on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line, brought to you by Make-A-Wish Foundation. I appreciate them reaching out to us. And Make-A-Wish, Mississippi's mission is to create life-changing wishes for children with critical illnesses. So they seek to bring every eligible child's wish to life because every child deserves a childhood. And last year, Make-A-Wish granted 109 transformative wishes to critically ill children across our state. And yet their work is far from done. 115 kids are currently in the pipeline waiting on their one true wish. So visit ms.wish.org, ms.wish.org. And that's a powerful story, Make-A-Wish. And then Stone Simmons is an unbelievable story. Jackson, outstanding young man who's battled through several years of injuries and multiple surgeries, and he's put himself in position to be somewhere, either in the rotation, starting rotation, maybe mid-relief, or maybe on the back end, coming in the 8th and 9th inning. We're rooting for him, and a heck of a young man. He and Hunter Hines have partnered together for Home Runs for Wishes, and every home run that Hunter Hines hits. So let's go through this again. This is unbelievable. Hunter is trying to break the record. He's got 54 career home runs. He has a real shot at breaking the all-time Mississippi State record of 67 set by Rafael Palmeiro. And Stone has been a dedicated supporter of Make-A-Wish, and he and his teammate Hunter are committed to making a difference for the kids. And Home Run for Wishes, for every home run Hunter Hines hits this season, Simmons Erosion Control will generously donate $1,000 to Make-A-Wish Mississippi. $1,000 for every home run by Hunter Hines to Make-A-Wish Mississippi. And again, their website, ms.wish.org. Thanks for listening to the show today. I thought Tom Luganville was awesome on Jackson Dart. He's the hottest name coming out of the Senior Bowl. He had an amazing week, made a ton of money. He could end up top 10, 15, 20, 25, who knows? Could be he and Cam Ward. Could be he and Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders. And maybe someone else. With everything that's... The deck has been reshuffled. That is for sure. With injuries and guys coming back. Lunch today brought to you by Martin's in Livingston. Grab the blue plate or the red fish sandwich. All at Martin's in Livingston. And we'll see you tomorrow.